Welcome to the Anti-Social Handbook for the Social Sciences. Today we're going to talk about Los Angeles, specifically LA County, and even more specifically about LA County and race and policing and why that matters. Los Angeles was founded by 44 settlers in 1781. These settlers happened to be from New Spain, what is now known as Mexico, because at that time the majority of what is now the American Southwest was part of Mexico. That is reflected everywhere around there, particularly in place names, many of which are in Spanish. But more than that, it's reflected in the people. According to U.S. Census data from 2024, the county has a population just a bit above 9.75 million people. It's a lot of people. That's a bigger population than 42 U.S. states and territories. It's roughly 2.8% of the entire nation's population. 1 in every 35 Americans lives in Los Angeles County. It's possible, and it's also possibly the most ethnically diverse county in the country. Again, referencing census statistics from last year, only 25.3% identify as white with no Hispanic or Latino identity, which ranks them in second place behind a whopping 48.6% who identify as Hispanic or Latino. That's well over 4.5 million people. Which brings me to the topic of police. There's been a lot of talk about over-policing of minority neighborhoods in this country and criminalizing people and behavior based on race, especially since the Ferguson uprising about a decade ago. In Los Angeles, this isn't just speculation. Reuters reported in 2022 about a 50-year problem with 18 separate white supremacist gangs operating within the law enforcement ranks in LA. Per Reuters, 6 LASD stations accounted for well over half of the 133 deputy shootings between 2016 and 2021, and each, quote, had an active deputy gang and a history of complaints and lawsuits alleging deputy gang misconduct. Approximately 80% of those shootings involve Black or Latino people. This is just a little context. As you watch the news about what's happening in Los Angeles now, about ICE protests, and police response to those protests. It's all very relevant because it all plays a factor. Because, like Ice-T says, Los Angeles is a microcosm for the United States. If LA falls, the country falls. Solidarity for Los Angeles.